Hey y'all, Matt here from RetroOnly.com. Today I'm going to be answering another question about the Nintendo Switch, and specifically I'm going to be talking about Nintendo Switch games and whether those games are tied to an account or console, or whether they can be played on other accounts or on other consoles. Before I get into answering that question, please be sure to hit the like button and then also subscribe to our channel, as it really does help us out a lot and also allows other people all around the world who have this exact same question to get their question answered as well. So let's go ahead and hop into whether you can play games on different accounts and consoles, or whether they're really locked down to the first console that you buy them on or play them on. None of the physical Nintendo Switch games that you buy are locked to an account or to a console. So for example, I could take any of my physical games that I have here over to a friend's house, and if they have a Switch, I can pop them in that Switch and play on their Switch just like I could on mine. And that works all across the different physical games for the Switch. When it comes to digital games though, it's a little bit different. So when you download a digital game, it goes onto your account that's on the console. So you can play it on the other accounts that are on the console. So for example, on my Nintendo Switch here, all of the games that I paid for and downloaded on the Switch are all through my main account. But then my daughter has an account, my son has an account, my wife has an account, and all of those downloaded games can be played on those accounts as well. So if you're looking to play your digital games on, say, a friend's Switch or something like that, what you would have to do is you would have to add your account to that console or log into your account on that console to be able to play those digital games that you've downloaded. Then obviously you'd have to sign back out and sign back into your original Switch when you get back home or when you get to playing on the other Switch. Nintendo did this so that way you can't play digital games on multiple consoles at once. Obviously with physical cartridges, it alleviates that because you quite literally can't have two different physical cartridges. You only have the one that you purchased. But with digital ones, you could, unless they put these safeguards into place, say share a bunch of different games across a bunch of different consoles. So instead of everyone having to buy a Mario, you could buy one Mario and then share it with 5, 10, 15 of your friends. Nintendo fixed that by only having the digital games where they are on the Switch console that has the account on it that bought them. So I have all of the games that I've purchased on my Switch. I could log out of the account on this Switch, log into someone else's Switch, and play those games or download those games on there. But as soon as I move the account back to my original Switch, I then won't be able to play those paid downloaded games anymore on that Switch because that account that downloaded them is no longer active on that Switch. The same goes for when I sign out on my Switch and sign in on another Switch, or even if I don't sign out on this Switch, I won't be able to play those digital games on both Switches at the same time. That's just quite simply the way that it currently is set up for Nintendo. It works basically the same as having a physical cartridge. You can take the cartridge, go over to your friend's house, pop it in their Switch, play on that Switch, take the cartridge home, put the cartridge back in your Switch, and again, play it on your Switch. But you can't play it on both at once unless you purchase multiple copies of the game. So you aren't required to play on that specific account, but you are required to play on that specific console or log into an account on a different console. You can't do it simultaneously. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that at this time. And of course, as I said, that's in Nintendo's best interest, so it's unlikely that that will change in the future. However, on all the accounts on your Nintendo Switch, you can play the games. So say, for example, you download it on your brother's account, or your brother or sister or a friend even pays and downloads the game on their account on your Switch. You can continue to play that as long as that account is only on your Switch. And when you can play with all of the different accounts. So my daughter's account, she can play any of the games that I paid and downloaded. My son's account, he can play any of the games that I paid and downloaded on the same Switch. So it's not like you don't have to worry about buying this specific game and, oh, I bought it on the wrong account and now I have to try and figure out how to return it or buy it again. No, it works the same as long as it's on the same console, or as long as you're not trying to play the game simultaneously on two different consoles. I hope that this video has been helpful to you in answering your questions about the Nintendo Switch, and specifically about whether the games can be played on different consoles, different accounts, and how all that works with the Nintendo Switch. Again, my name is Matt. I'm from RetroOnly.com. Have a great rest of your day.